sort of focus the discussions in the sense that it would, I think it would be useful to sort of take our starting points within the problems and challenges which you meet in your fight against corruption, probably not least your cooperation with the IGG, and then hopefully what we could find out there could then spread to the other parts of prosecution service that you're doing. So I think my suggestion would be, if within the mouthful of issues which you raised, it might be useful to have as a starting point the perspective in relation to the fighting of corruption. Obviously, a lot of the issues you mentioned are directly relevant to the fighting of corruption. I think you mentioned the asset recovery, for example, which of course very relevant, and which we have been working with in Denmark for the past few years very intensively. You also mentioned the general handling of corruption cases. You mentioned best practices when it comes to supervision of investigators. Yeah. Obviously, a key issue in corruption cases. You mentioned the training of Ugandan lawyers here or in Denmark, which will also make very good sense. So I'm wondering whether it would be possible to take the fight against corruption as a starting point, and I wonder if you or your colleagues could perhaps specify a little bit more where would you in very concrete and specific terms see the challenges you face and your main obstacles. Is it in the cooperation between prosecutors and investigators? Is it the recovery of assets? Is it the cooperation with the courts, with the judiciary? Where would be, for example, top 5 problems and challenges be within the fighting and corruption, and would you see a concrete role for our assistance in those areas?
Vincent, do you have something